It's time for another Sunday drive. Come on, let's go. So, spring has sprung in the Willamette Valley. Everything is budding out or has already started blooming. And today, I'm headed to Albany to see Mom and Dad. And it's going to be close to 70 or maybe a little more. That's amazing. This is still March. It is a beautiful, beautiful day. Going on as far as Scott and I going anywhere. We've been super busy around our place, just trying to get things cleaned up and getting ready, you know, for spring to be here and planting. We want to have a good garden this year. Want to do a lot of canning this year, so that is what we were up to most of the day on Saturday. But on Saturday I also went to go visit one of my cousins from my mom's generation. Her and her husband are getting ready to go move into an assisted living place, and she had some pictures that I had gone through before and had taken pictures of, but I made a very bad mistake and I deleted those pictures by accident, and we tried to recover them. We got a recovery program and the whole bit, or application, and I wasn't able, we weren't able to get them back. So, you know, my mom had called me and told me that this cousin was, you know, going to be moving into an assisted living soon. I mean, it was really soon. So I had to make time to go over there and go through her pictures. Unfortunately, the one main picture that I really, really wanted a copy of, I couldn't find it. I have no idea where it went. Maybe she gave pictures to some other people, you know, since the last time I looked at those pictures. But I was pretty heartbroken about it. The picture was of my great-grandma and her brother at, in Springfield, Oregon. And they were in front of a school, which I don't even know whether it exists anymore. I mean, because it was an old school. I'm pretty sure it doesn't exist anymore. And if it does, it's probably like turned into something else. But anyway, I don't have hardly any pictures of that side of the family, or you know, that my great-grandma's, or I don't have any pictures really, I don't think, not too many pictures of my great-grandpa's side of the family. Of course, back then, you know, pictures weren't something that was readily available to everyone, although that part of the family tended to be a little better off than most. So they were pioneers to Oregon. In fact, they didn't stay very long in any other place as they were fresh out of a location that used to be part of Germany. It may still be, but I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But anyway, I was really disheartened by that. I would really like to know where that picture went to. I think that there's a box of pictures somewhere that wasn't with her stuff, with her other albums and everything. So yeah, I did get some other pictures that were really cool, and I got a bunch of newspaper articles about some of that side of the family's things that they were in the newspaper about. So they're actual newspaper clippings that were put like in a scrapbook. There were 2 different albums that were like that. One was centered around my great uncle, who worked for the Oregon Forest Service. And I think I mentioned that before, that he and my grandpa both worked for the Forest Service. And they spent time in that lookout tower that's on top of a mountain nearby where I live, and it's the wettest place in Oregon. but yeah. Anyhow, so when he was working for the Forest Service, there was a family out of Astoria that had gone to the mountains, the Fano Mountains area, and they were out hiking, and they were lost. And this was like in October of that year. And I can't remember exactly what year it was. It was somewhere between, I'm thinking 1945 to 1955. And they were a young family. Anyways, they came up missing, and a guy from California had bloodhounds that were trained to search for people. And my great uncle became one of his assistants and assisted with one of his bloodhounds. And he really loved that. And there's a few articles about that. They actually located, that family ended up being deceased when they found them. The lady had like a broken ankle, and her son had went off in another one direction, and he was like about 12 or 13 years old, and the husband went off in another direction, and they were like 1 mile from a road that would have taken them somewhere. but no, that is not what happened, unfortunately. I think it was 10 days after they were missing that they were finally found. Anyway, one of the articles that had my great uncle in it was they located a 79-year-old man, 78, 79-year-old man that was out fishing near the McKenzie River, and they had search parties out looking for him, and nobody could find him, and it was because he was down in this canyon area. But the older gentleman he knew what to do, you know. He had stuff with him to make a fire and to do all that stuff, so the bloodhounds traced him down, and they were able to get him out alive and back to his family. So that was cool. I read all about this last night in those articles. It was kind of fun. So, and then there were, you know, other articles in a different scrapbook that had to do with my great-grandpa's hunting exploits. And of course, my grandpa and my Uncle Jack, my great Uncle Jack, he was also, they were both hunters. They were all hunters. They had to be. They had a large piece of property on a remote mountain top. And there was a lot of wildlife there that could hurt their livestock that they had. And, you know, so they took care of business in order to protect their livestock. Anyway, it was fun going through those and reading about stuff, but I still can't get over not being able to find that one picture. I was so disappointed. Yes, allergies are still with me, and of course they're going to be worse now. I find the older I get, the worse they're getting. So, yeah, and of course I didn't even think to take an allergy pill before I left. The river is still up really high. That needs to go down. At least it's not real muddy looking today. It usually isn't, but I think it was last weekend when I came this direction. It was really muddy and it was really high, and it's just not good. Well, everyone, I am going to cut this off right here for right now. If something comes up later, I'll be adding it on to the end of this video, or possibly making this 2 videos since I'm already at 15 minutes. Anyways, I hope everybody has a great day. Just in case this is where I'm going to end it at. And don't forget to hug your loved ones every chance you get. You might not get another chance. So, on that note, I hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you next time. Spring is sprung. Look at those blooms. Bye for now.